This is a heartfelt journey, the story of Joel and Clementine, a narrative that unfolds through love, separation, fading memories, and the quiet emotions that connect two souls. It's a story that explores what it means to forget and what it truly means to remember. It begins with a glimpse into Joel's life, a man who appears quietly content. But this morning feels strangely unfamiliar to him, as if something significant has slipped away from his memory. He gets ready and steps outside, only to notice a large dent on the left side of his car. Right beside it, another vehicle is parked, and he assumes that car must have caused the damage. Instead of reacting with anger, Joel writes a simple "thank you" on a piece of paper and places it gently on the windshield of the other car. It's a peculiar gesture. Sometimes, people express their emotions in unexpected ways. This is one of those moments. Joel then heads to the train station and makes an unusual decision. He won't go to work today. It's February 14th, 2004, Valentine's Day. He boards a train and travels to a quiet beach. Sitting by the shore, he opens his diary. Some pages are torn, and he realizes he can't even remember the last time he read them. It feels like he hasn't written anything in years. As he sits there, lost in thought, he begins sketching the ocean view. Later, he visits a restaurant. While seated, he notices a woman nearby and starts sketching her too. Talking to himself, Joel wonders why he always falls for any woman who shows even the slightest interest in him. After leaving the restaurant, Joel returns to the train station. To his surprise, the same woman he sketched earlier shows up there. Joel, naturally shy and reserved, struggles to make eye contact. He tries to greet her, but his timid nature holds him back from engaging further. They both board the same train and end up sitting in the same compartment. The woman approaches Joel and boldly asks, "Do I know you?" Joel is caught off guard and doesn't respond. She continues, asking if he's ever been to Barnes & Noble. Joel nods, and she excitedly says she's been working there for the past 5 years. It turns out both of them had visited the same place earlier that day, Montauk, and now they're heading back to Rockville. As the train moves forward, so does their conversation. Despite being complete opposites, Joel is introverted and deeply reserved, while Clementine is lively, expressive, and full of humor. They find themselves connecting in unexpected ways. Their exchange is warm, filled with curiosity and subtle charm, laying the foundation for something truly special. As the train reaches their station, Joel heads toward his car, but his mind is still caught in the whirlwind of meeting Clementine. While driving home, he keeps glancing around, hoping to catch another glimpse of her. And then, he does. She's right there, and without hesitation, he offers her a ride. When they arrive at Clementine's place, she invites him inside for a drink. Though Joel is naturally shy and reserved, he finds himself unable to resist the moment and agrees to join her. As they sit together and share drinks, the atmosphere grows warmer. Clementine, in a moment of vulnerability, tells Joel that he wants to marry her. Joel responds with a knowing smile, as if he already understands the depth of her feelings. It's as if some invisible force is gently pulling them closer, something beyond logic, a quiet magic that connects them. Clementine suggests that Joel should walk with her along the Charles River at night, especially in this season when the icy landscape transforms into something breathtaking. Joel hesitates, saying it sounds a bit scary, and then gently mentions that he should probably head home. Before he leaves, Clementine hands him her phone number and says she hopes he'll call. She adds with a playful smile, "And when you do, make sure to wish me a happy Valentine's Day." Joel returns home, and without wasting a moment, he calls her. Clementine, already expecting his call, answers with a teasing tone, asking why it took him so long. Joel explains that he just got home. She then asks, "You miss me already, don't you?" Joel softly replies, "Yes, I do." In that moment, their connection feels so real, so intimate, as if they've already crossed the threshold into something deeper. Clementine jokes, "Maybe we're already married." Then she tells Joel to be ready for tomorrow night, their honeymoon on ice. She wants to take him to the Charles River, where the frozen surface glistens under the winter sky, promising a night full of wonder. The following evening, Joel and Clementine arrive at the river, and Clementine is instantly filled with joy. She laughs, plays, and soaks in the moment with childlike wonder. Joel, on the other hand, feels a bit uneasy at first, but eventually, he lets go of his hesitation. The two of them lie down together on the frozen river, gazing up at the night sky, watching the stars shimmer above them. It's a quiet, magical moment, one that feels like time has paused just for them. The next morning, they return home. As Joel drops Clementine off at her place, she turns to him and asks, "Can I come over to your place to sleep?" Joel, still shy but clearly moved, says yes. Clementine smiles and says she'll grab her toothbrush, then heads inside. Just then, a young man approaches his car outside. His name is Patrick. Patrick asks loudly if Joel needs help or what he's doing there. Joel doesn't quite understand what's going on, and he simply thanks him and Patrick walks away. Suddenly, the story shifts into a flashback, back to the year 2002, 2 years earlier. Joel is sitting alone on Montauk Beach, lost in thought. From a distance, he notices a woman. It's Clementine. She sees him sitting by himself and walks over. They begin talking. Despite their contrasting personalities, something clicks. Clementine is spontaneous, expressive, and unpredictable. Joel is quiet, introspective, and reserved. But as they say, opposites attract, like the North Pole and the South Pole drawn toward each other. And even though they're so different, they become close friends. Slowly, that friendship blossoms into love. Their time together is filled with beautiful moments. But as time passes, cracks begin to form. Their love starts to shift into conflict. Tensions rise, and misunderstandings creep in. 2 years later, in 2004, one night Clementine comes home after drinking and tells Joel she accidentally hit his car. This sparks a heated argument. Clementine accuses Joel of being angry just because she went out without him. She says his small mind probably imagined she slept with someone else. Joel, hurt and defensive, says this is exactly why she liked him in the first place, because he was different. Clementine, furious, storms out of the house. Joel follows her outside, only to see her car crashed into a gas pipe pole. And that dent, the one he noticed earlier in the story, is right there. The same one he thought was caused by another car parked beside his. But now, the truth unfolds. That dent wasn't from a stranger. It was from Clementine herself, during a night that marked the beginning of their unraveling. The story shifts once again into a flashback. Clementine, still upset, doesn't stay. She walks away, leaving Joel deeply troubled. Days pass without a single word exchanged between them. Valentine's Day is just 3 days away, and Joel, still holding on to hope, buys a gift for her. He visits the bookstore where Clementine works, expecting a warm reunion. But what happens next shatters him. Clementine looks at him as if she's never seen him before. She acts like he's a complete stranger. And then, right in front of him, she kisses another man. Joel is stunned, confused, heartbroken. He quietly walks away, overwhelmed by what he's just witnessed. Seeking comfort, he visits his close friend and his wife, and shares everything that's happened. That's when his friend shows him a letter from a doctor. It reveals something unimaginable. Clementine has undergone a medical procedure to erase Joel completely from her memory. The letter even requests that no one mention their relationship to her again. Joel is in disbelief. It feels like betrayal, like someone stole a part of his soul. The story now reveals a strange truth. In this world, there exists a medical process that allows people to erase specific memories. Clementine has used it to remove every trace of Joel from her mind. Devastated and emotionally drained, Joel decides to do the same. He visits the same doctor and says he wants to erase Clementine from his memory forever. The doctor explains that in order to begin, Joel must bring every item connected to Clementine, anything that holds emotional weight. These objects will help map the memories in his brain so they can be targeted and removed. Joel agrees. He gathers everything: paintings, photographs, gifts, even pages from his diary, where he once poured his heart out for Clementine. He brings them all to the clinic. The procedure begins. The doctor shows Joel each item, one by one, to trigger the memories associated with Clementine. These objects help create a detailed map of his mind, a blueprint of every moment they shared. The doctor explains that they'll start by erasing the most recent memories first, gradually working backward until every trace of Clementine is gone. Joel lies down, and the process begins, a journey into the depths of his mind, where love and loss collide. It's February 13th, 2004, just one day before Valentine's Day. Joel's memory erasing procedure begins. The process starts with the most recent memories, the ones filled with arguments, frustration, and emotional distance. These are the moments where love had faded and pain had taken its place. Slowly, the machine moves backward through time, peeling away layers of Joel's past with Clementine. But as the memories rewind, Joel begins to remember the beautiful times they shared, the laughter, the warmth, the connection. These memories are precious to him, and he doesn't want to lose them. He tries to resist, attempts to wake up, but the medication keeps him sedated. He's trapped inside his own mind, watching his most cherished moments being erased. Meanwhile, the doctor overseeing the procedure has stepped out, leaving the clinic in the hands of 3 staff members. One of them is Mary, the receptionist. Another is Patrick, the same man who, in the present timeline, is dating Clementine. When Clementine came to the clinic to erase Joel from her memory, Patrick was instantly drawn to her. He secretly studied Joel's behavior and used that knowledge to get close to Clementine. Eventually, they became a couple. The third person in the clinic is Stan, who's responsible for operating the memory erasing machine. Stan and Mary are romantically involved and have been dating for some time. As Patrick leaves to meet Clementine, Stan and Mary stay behind to monitor Joel's procedure. But instead of paying close attention, they put the system on autopilot and get distracted. During this time, Joel briefly opens his eyes, a sign that something isn't right, but they don't notice. Joel's subconscious is fighting back. He doesn't want to let go of the good memories with Clementine. Inside his mind, Joel and Clementine begin to talk. Clementine realizes what's happening and says, "They're going to erase me from everywhere." Joel responds, "I don't want to lose these memories." Clementine then suggests something extraordinary. She says, "Take me to a memory where they can't find me." Joel agrees and pulls her into a childhood memory, a place untouched by their relationship, a moment she wouldn't recognize. As they hide together in Joel's early memories, the machine begins to malfunction. It can't locate the memory to erase, and the process stalls. Stan, who's monitoring the system, panics. He realizes the machine has stopped working and has no choice but to call the doctor back to the clinic. The doctor returns to the clinic and notices Mary. Surprised, he asks what she's doing there. Mary responds that she simply wanted to observe how the procedure works. What the doctor doesn't realize is that Mary and Stan are romantically involved. Meanwhile, he resumes searching for Joel within his memories, trying to locate where he's hiding. Once found, the doctor restarts the process of erasing Joel's memories. Joel's eyes open again, a silent protest. He doesn't want to lose these moments, the ones that still hold meaning. But the doctor administers a stronger dose of anesthesia, and Joel slips back into unconsciousness. The machine halts briefly, then resumes its task of wiping away everything connected to Clementine. Now, it's just Mary and Stan overseeing the procedure. At one point, Stan steps out, leaving Mary alone with the doctor. In this quiet moment, Mary begins to feel drawn to him. She kisses him and confesses, "I'm sorry, but I love you. I couldn't hold it back." The doctor hesitates, reminding her that he has a wife and children, something she already knows. Yet, even he struggles to resist, and they find themselves entangled once again. Just then, the doctor's wife arrives outside and sees them through the window. She confronts him, and Mary follows, trying to explain. Mary insists it wasn't his fault, that she's the one to blame. But the doctor's wife, firm and composed, tells him to stop hiding and speak the truth. She turns to Mary and says, "He belongs to you now. Keep him." And she drives away. It's then revealed that Mary and the doctor had a romantic history. But what Mary didn't know is that the doctor had once erased himself from her memory, just like Clementine did with Joel. Hearing this devastates Mary. She feels betrayed, heartbroken, and furious. In the present timeline, her boyfriend, who also works at the clinic, confronts her, asking why she never told him. Mary, still reeling from the truth, says she had no idea. Unable to bear the weight of it all, she walks away. Mary walks into the archive room, the place where the clinic stores audio recordings of patients before their memories are erased. There, she finds her own recording. As she listens, the truth hits her hard. The voice she hears is her own, filled with vulnerability and heartbreak. It's a moment of deep realization. Frustrated and emotionally shattered, Mary decides to quit her job. She gathers all the audio tapes stored in the clinic, every single one, and leaves. In a bold move, she sends each recording back to its rightful owner. Every patient who had their memories erased receives a piece of their forgotten past, delivered through those tapes. Meanwhile, Joel's procedure nears its final stage. Almost all memories of Clementine have been wiped from his mind. The last memory left is the one where they first met, on Montauk Beach. In this fading moment, Clementine tells Joel, "They're going to erase me completely from your memory. Whether you remember or not, promise me you'll meet me here tomorrow." And then, she disappears from his mind. The next morning, Joel wakes up. It's February 14th, 2004, Valentine's Day, the day after his memories were erased. He steps outside and notices a dent on his car. He assumes it was caused by the vehicle parked next to his, having no recollection of how it actually happened. Later, Joel travels to Montauk Beach. He doesn't know why he's going. Something inside simply pulls him there. On his way back, he boards a train. And there, he sees Clementine. She's also returning from the beach. Neither of them knows why they went, but something deeper, something hidden in the corners of their minds, brought them back. Unaware of their shared past, they meet again. Because even when memories fade, some promises find their way back. The story returns to the present. Clementine steps inside to grab her toothbrush while Joel waits patiently in the car. She returns with her things and notices a package has arrived for her. She brings it along and gets into the car. As they drive toward Joel's place, he smiles and tells her, "Last night was incredible. I don't think I've ever felt that kind of joy in my entire life." Curious, Clementine opens the package. It's from Mary. Inside is a letter that reads, "We've met before, but you won't remember because your memories have been erased. I believe that decision was a mistake." Along with the letter is an audio cassette. Clementine inserts it into the car's tape recorder. As the tape plays, her own voice fills the car. She's speaking from the past, explaining why she chose to erase Joel from her memory. She says that when she's with him, she doesn't like who she becomes, that he's boring, and he changed her completely. That's why she decided to let go of him. Both Joel and Clementine are stunned. They have no memory of this. Joel, confused, asks, "What kind of fun was that?" Clementine replies, "I don't know anything about this." Tension rises, and the two begin to argue. Clementine, hurt and overwhelmed, steps out and walks away. She's heartbroken. She genuinely likes Joel, and he cares deeply for her too, but everything feels like it's falling apart. Just then, Patrick shows up. Clementine ends things with him, ending a relationship that was built on deception. Meanwhile, Joel receives a similar package, one Clementine had received. He listens to his own voice on the tape, reliving the pain of his erased memories. Just then, Clementine arrives and she says to Joel, "I like you." Joel responds, "I really like you too." But then, Joel's voice plays from the tape. He says something cruel, that Clementine sleeps with younger men to attract them. It's a harsh judgment on her character, and it cuts deep. Clementine, visibly hurt, starts to walk away. Joel stops her. He says, "I know you're not like that. I care about you deeply." Clementine, still emotional, says, "What's the point? Right now we like each other, but eventually things will change. You'll feel trapped. You'll grow distant." Joel gently replies, "That's okay. I still want to be with you, because I love you." And just like that, they choose each other again. Despite knowing how broken things once were, despite having erased each other from their memories, they fall in love all over again. This time, with the awareness that love requires care, patience, and understanding. And so, the journey comes to an end, a tale that reminds us how fragile love can be, and yet how fiercely it fights to survive. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind isn't just a film about forgetting. It's a story about remembering what truly matters. Even when memories fade, emotions linger. Even when hearts break, they still search for connection. So friends, if this story stirred something within you, a memory, a feeling, a quiet ache, then its purpose is fulfilled. Because sometimes the most unforgettable love stories are the ones we almost forget.